Hey guys, I hope you're doing great today. This is our chapter number 10 in which we are going to discuss about what is Docker used for. Guys, in the earlier lecture, which was our chapter number 9, in which we discussed about what is Docker. And also we discussed a couple of terms that are used in Docker like Docker images, Docker containers, Docker registry, Docker hub, etc. So that was actually a brief overview of Docker. In this lecture, we are going to discuss about what is Docker used for, what are the benefits of Docker containers in IT firms and in IT organizations. And we will also have a quick look on which companies are using Docker to run their applications. So that would be a little short and quick video. So let's get started. So my fellas, we all know that Docker has reshaped the IT industry, right? And now we have that basic knowledge. What is Docker used for? It is used to build, run, and ship applications anywhere around the world. Docker is used to package the libraries and binaries and other essentials to run an application into a bundle known as a Docker image. Then we run this Docker image into a container. And we know that container is a running process. It is your application running as a process in an isolated container. So that was just a quick revision. We discussed about it in our last lecture in detail. Now let's talk about a couple of benefits of Docker. Guys, Docker is the worldwide choice for containers. And the most beautiful thing is that you can run a CentOS or Cloud Linux container on a Ubuntu VM or a Debian container on Alpine Linux. Docker containers are fast to build and easy to deploy. Docker has two core components known as Docker Engine and the Docker containers communicating with each other for the smoother application deployments. I was going through the internet and I was searching for the companies that are actively using Docker in their IT infrastructure. And guess what? I found the big names like PayPal, New York Times, Google, JP Morgan, Chase, AWS, Azure, and Google Cloud Platform, and so on. The list is so much longer that you can't even imagine. Which means that Docker is now everywhere. Now we know that how can we deploy our applications using Docker containers, but we need to understand how the applications were deployed before. And guys, after knowing that, you will fall in love with Docker much more because the Docker has made the lives of developers, software engineers, and DevOps engineers really easy. So how applications were deployed before? It was one of the hardest thing for the developers to run their applications on production servers. And there was no such concept of continuous integration and continuous deployment known as CI/CD. So I was talking with one of my friends who was working as a Java developer in an IT company when there was no concept of Docker or automation. And he told me that their application deployment was a lengthy, slow, and time-taking process. Additionally, he told me that more servers infrastructure was required to deploy their applications. And the worst part was that if a server was dedicated for Java application. For instance, this was a server only for Java application. We needed another server for Node application. And guys, now it is possible using Docker to have Java or Node applications on the same VM, on the same server. So that was happening before Docker. We needed a separate server. If we had Java application, we needed a separate server for Node application and for PHP, etc. And it was increasing the infrastructure cost because you have to invest in server infrastructure to have separate server for your separate applications. And now we can have a single server where we can test our Java application or Node application or a Laravel application. But when the Docker platform was introduced back in 2013, that manual process of deploying applications has been dead ever since. So guys, Docker has helped to promote The trends towards microservices and containerization in software development. And therefore, Docker has saved millions of dollars for companies in infrastructure costs. So, long story short, we can now deploy Node application, Java application, or PHP application on a single server with isolated containers. So when there were 3 servers required, we can do the same job on a single server or a single VM. That's the huge benefit of Docker, and we don't have to worry about the environment settings on our Linux server. And Docker has made all that possible. So guys, from this conversation, what did we learn? We learned the 3 major benefits of Docker. The first benefit of Docker is easy usage. Docker is open source, and therefore guys, you can learn it real quick. You can install Docker on Linux, Windows, or Mac OS and start working with Docker on the spot. And the Docker commands are real simple. For instance, if you want to have a Ubuntu container running on your VM, you just need to run this simple command, docker run Ubuntu. And guys, honestly saying, you will have a running Ubuntu container on your VM. So the Docker platform is really easy to use, and fresh DevOps engineers can quickly learn Docker even on their VMs. And that would be our next part, to install Docker on our VM. The second benefit of Docker is easy deployment. So a Docker container can be deployed easily in the cloud, and Docker in particular makes it really simple and easy to build the local development environments that function just like a live server. So you can have the replica of your live applications on your local VMs using Docker. So the organizations that have been using Docker for their CI/CD deployments have reported 50% less time running their applications using Docker. And that's our next benefit, that Docker speeds up the deployment process. It is simple, simplicity, and speed. So guys, if you are asked about the advantages of Docker in any interview, you can tell them the easy usage, the easy deployment, simplicity, and speed with the Docker platform. And therefore, Docker is well known for its ability to streamline the process. Because of the simplicity, Docker is compatible with large types of environments. So what does this mean? Whether you have any kind of application, you will find a Docker image for that application. Whether it is a Flutter application, a Node application, Java, Magento, Vue.js, and so on. And you will find the relevant official images on Docker Hub. So in order to build up a standalone environment for your application, Docker speeds up the deployment process, and you will have a fully functional environment in a couple of seconds on your VM. And the fourth benefit is continuous deployment and testing. So guys, Docker makes it possible to have consistent environments from development to production, and it's really easy in Docker. For instance, a developer has to upgrade a product through its release cycle, and in that case, he can do it by making the necessary amendments in the Docker container, and he can test them and implement all those changes in the running containers. Also, finding relevant images in Docker is really simple. We have Docker Hub, hub.docker.com. We already discussed it in our Docker lecture, where we store images in our public or private repositories, and that Docker Hub is used to share the images with your team. So with Docker, the deployment and testing lifecycle never breaks. The last and most concerning benefit of Docker is multi-cloud platforms support. Yes guys, whether you are running AWS, Google Cloud Platform, Oracle Cloud, or Azure, Docker is portable, which means that Docker is supported on all these cloud platforms. And that's why guys, portability is one of the Docker's primary selling points. And by the way, there are separate services like there is Elastic Container Service on Amazon. There are registries for Docker images on Google Cloud Platform and on Azure. So which means that Docker is supported and used on all these cloud platforms. So these were 5 major benefits and advantages of Docker. Its easy usage, easy deployment, simplicity, and speeding up the software delivery process, continuous deployment and testing, a cycle that never breaks, and multi-cloud platforms support. Whether you have GCP, AWS, or Azure, you never have to worry about Docker support. Docker is supported on all these platforms and it runs everywhere in the world. So guys, now you must be concerned about the companies which are using Docker for their IT infrastructure. So I have Googled it and searched the following companies that are using Docker to run their applications. So the companies that are powered by Docker are Airbnb, Spotify, PayPal, Uber, Netflix, BBC News, New York Times News, and so on. The list is huge, and all these companies rely on Docker to power their infrastructure. Alright guys, that was a little short and quick tutorial about Docker usage, what is Docker used for. In the next chapter, we are going to install Docker on our VM so that we actually start with practical labs on Docker. Since we already covered Linux commands, we covered like 75 basic commands, so you must have a grip on CLI. And we are going to use the Docker commands to build, run, and ship containers. And guys, one of the interesting facts I wanted to tell you that if you know basic Linux commands, then it is easy to quickly get your hands on Docker commands. Because, for instance, if I use cp command to copy files on Linux VM, then the command in Docker becomes docker cp. So the docker cp command is used to copy files in Docker. Similarly, move command in Linux becomes docker move, and so on. So that's why it is mandatory to have a strong grip on Linux shell. So in the next chapter, we are going to install Docker on our VM, and then we are going to learn Docker and its commands and how we can build and run Docker images into containers. And that would be a full free DevOps course on Docker. So I would really appreciate if you subscribe my channel DevOps Molvi on YouTube and support the channel. I will see you in the next chapter.